I'm Marga Gray, the developer of the CoordiKids program. And today I have a very special guest with me, and this is Fiona McDonnel. And I want you to introduce you to her. She and her son Ashton is using the CoordiKids program for the last few months. And they were one of the first persons who actually used the program. And she has some things to tell us about it. But first of all, Fiona, I want you to introduce yourself, because you're not only a mum, you're a teacher as well, and just give us some background on your career.
Yes, well, I'm an early childhood professional, I would say. I started out my career in early childhood centres and then moved up to being a director. And then I always had a passion for teaching, so I studied my bachelor and now I am a teacher. And I really enjoy working with young children and have a passion for working with children. But and that's how I...
So your oldest son is Ashton, and he had some issues. So that's when we met, when you brought him in for occupational therapy assessment.
Yes.
So what problems did he experience? Why did you bring him in?
Okay, well, Ashton had a stroke at birth, or 2 strokes at birth, and we were not sure what the outcomes would be later in life or as he entered group care settings as like kindy. So when he did start kindy, it became apparent that Ashton had a lot of issues in mixing with other children, not so much, mainly speaking to other children and adults, and all issues became apparent as soon as he started kindy. He would just totally not talk to anyone except for one child, and he had issues with eating. He would only eat under his hood after 9 months, and he just loved his day there, but he was having a lot of trouble with a lot of issues that the teachers brought to my attention, because at home he talked to us, but as soon as he walked through those gates he became totally mute, and then they thought that it would be selective mutism, and that was just the start of the journey.
And then when I assessed Ashton, at first the assessment was quite difficult because he didn't really cooperate. But when we could do the assessment, it was apparent that he had dyspraxia. And so he had a lot of problem with planning activities, planning movements. And this can also be associated with speech and language problems. Now, Fiona, you decided to use CoordiKids with Ashton. Why did you do that? Because you were attending the regular therapy sessions.
I just found that CoordiKids, it seems so appealing to be able to do that in your own time, and just everyone, I'm leading a busy lifestyle. I mean, I do relief work as a teacher and have a little 2-year-old, and it just financially was very difficult to, because I wasn't working much because Ethan was so young, to attend therapy where I have to go and take Ashton. So when I heard about CoordiKids, I just thought, oh, this sounds just for us. It's perfect because we can fit it into our lifestyle, and it's just worked out so well, and I can't imagine life without it now. Like, it's really helped Ashton in so many ways. So it's become part of our routine. So
you didn't completely replace individual therapy sessions, but you come like every month or every 6 weeks for therapy.
Yes.
And in the meantime, you work at home. And that saves you money?
Yes,
and
definitely.
And
we've noticed it really has saved us money and time, and we can just fit it in wherever it sort of suits us for the day and make sure that he has his 15 minutes, 20 minutes of CoordiKids. Okay. And he's a lot happier and more content.
Okay. So you are a busy mum, with small kids and with work. Do you have any tips for other busy parents to incorporate CoordiKids into their daily schedule?
Yes, I definitely would say just find the time that suits you and that you're going to feel comfortable fitting it into your daily schedule. Like I found, we tried mornings and just before he goes to school, but it was just too hectic, and with spelling words and other things that he has to do before the day, getting the lunches ready, it was too busy. So we found the perfect time for us is just before he goes to bed. And we just have that 15, 20 minutes, just him and I, when Ethan's asleep, my youngest, and he just looks forward. He asks me now, are we doing CoordiKids tonight, Mum? And he really just looks forward to that part of the day where it's just him and I, and it's just, I just find that that's the best time for us, and I would advise other parents just to fit it in when it suits them.
Yep. Now you sound very positive. Is there anything about CoordiKids that you or Ashton doesn't like or find really challenging?
The only thing I can think of would be if Ashton's sick, or if he's tired, or if I'm sick or tired, or if we've just had such a busy week, or if I've been working. Sometimes I have a week of work. It's a bit challenging then, but that would be the only thing I can think of. I mean, that sometimes I find Ashton's really tired and we'll just do maybe half of the session. If I try to just do a little bit if I'm sensing that he's just too tired, but he usually wants to do it, so
Okay.
no, I don't find anything else more challenging about it.
So you have the program runs over 26 fortnights, so that's 1 year, but you have access for 3 years, so you can take breaks, and I know that you have done that. So was it difficult to get back into the routine of the program?
No, I don't think so at all. No, I found Ashton was always asking me, "Are we doing CoordiKids tonight, Mum?" And if we have had a break, no, it's not hard at all to get back into it.
So you use CoordiKids as a special time for you and Ashton.
Yes.
Do you, as a teacher, do you think it will be easy to use it for more than one child, for instance, in your home?
Definitely, yes. In the case when a parent has more than one child, I would say that it would be easy to make it a family affair, join other siblings to, it's fun and it's engaging, and I can't see why not.
Okay. And did you see a lot of progress or changes in Ashton since he's been using the program?
Yes, it's amazing. When I look back 2 years ago, he came to kindy not eating in front of other people, not talking, only talking to one child, and now he's going into year 2 and he speaks to all the children in the class. He speaks to parents. He doesn't care who hears him, except he's still not speaking to the teacher. But if I look back on how far he's come, it's amazing. He used to come home chewing his shirt and looking for things to put in his mouth. He had oral motor issues, totally gone. I just never see him ever chew his shirt anymore. He's never puts things in his mouth. So many things have changed. He's just more confident, outgoing. He breezes through the exercises sometimes, and I think, oh, slow down. He's like, I can do this easily, Mum. And especially crossing the midline, he really found difficult. But now, he really picks it up so easily. I find that he's always had memory loss issues, and I haven't even noticed him say, Mum, I can't remember lately. So I really think the brain bridging is working for Ashton in so many ways, and it's just fun and engaging. And I find it relaxes him before he goes to bed. He looks for that time, and also it helps him wind down. Because
now the program is worked out from very easy levels to more challenging levels, over 8 levels.
Yes.
And you are more or less halfway through the program now.
Yes.
And you already see a lot of changes. So do you think it's a good way to do it that way? Was there, was
definitely.
it easy for him to follow? Did he?
Yes,
did he receive a lot of positive feedback from his body and from the program?
I think so. Right in the beginning, he really enjoyed the sensory tubs, and I think it was a good way of starting the child off with all the different sensory. For example, filling up the rice and putting little dinosaurs or things in the tubs. That was a great way of introducing him to CoordiKids and progressing on to the more difficult, challenging sequencing of movements. And it's definitely, I really liked the way it was planned and sequenced up to a more difficult level now. But I must say, he just finds the large ball activities so fun and engaging. He's always bounding around the house asking for, are we doing gym ball? He loves the gym ball exercises, and I just find it scheduled well.
Every child might find some aspects of the activities that's really easy.
Yes.
And talking about the gym ball, was there any expensive equipment that you had to buy to follow the program?
At all. I mean, gym balls, you can pick them up quite under $10, so no. And you always give examples of things you can use around the house. For example, with walking along a line, we use a skipping rope, whereas you could use masking tape to the floor, or it's really not expensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you, Fiona, and I'm sure Ashton will do well on the rest of the program.
No, thank you.
And yes, we'll keep in touch.
Thank you very much. I can't talk highly enough about CoordiKids, and I would recommend it to any parent who has a child with additional or diverse needs, or who's just looking for some assistance in different areas. Thank you.